Doubles led out by Nina Damkia Kruse and Maria Rupka, Lee Meng Yan and Ying Lu Lim.
Yeah, this is obviously the match that Denmark is banking on, the second women's doubles. So having that second singles obviously means the world to the team. So they're banking on this one. But let's see how it goes. I'm sure they will get strong opposition.
Well, it's a match that both countries, both nations know they really have to win to have a really good chance of progressing.
Nice to meet you. Green, red, red please. Red. I take the red. Yeah. Red. Red for you. Green. Red.
No, she's taking red. Red. Yeah.
Also green.
Yeah.
Okay. Godt.
De tager den herovre. Service.
Oh.
Serving.
Nina serving.
Well, Maria Rupka, one of a number of players here this week who have a famous mother or father. Mother, of course, winner of a couple of gold medals at World Championships. And as Morten was saying, high hopes that this world ranked number 17 pair can seal the job as far as winning the overall tie is concerned. Well, here's their profile, Rupka and Kruse, ranked number 17 in the world. You can see they've been busy this year. They've done pretty well, as in 2012 they lost in the final of the European Championships to the ladies we saw in court a couple of games ago, Christina Pedersen and Camilla Rutuyil. The Danish number 1 pair also beat them in the final in October at the London Grand Prix Gold event and at the Denmark Open. They have won this year. That was last month at the Finnish Open, and they've also reached another final in 2014 in Finland at the Finnish Masters. Well, their opponents, well, getting the nod, Lee Meng Yan and Lim Ying Lu, ahead of a higher ranked pair that Malaysia had. Amelia Alicia Anskelly and Phi Chu Sung were ranked 30 in the world. This pair ranked at number 44. Semi-finalists recently at the Malaysian Grand Prix Gold event. A performance pretty much that sealed their Uber Cup places here this week. But elsewhere, well, not beyond the second round. First round defeat here in India at the Grand Prix Gold event, and also last time out at the Asian Badminton Championships, second round of the Malaysian Open. So I'm not sure if you could call it a gamble. Not that much between them and the other pair in the rankings, but still, Morten, they are the lower ranked pair.
Yeah, but maybe they're the pair in form, and I'm sure that's what the coaches are looking at.
You're talking about training, I assume.
Yeah, you know, when you see them at training, you can see, you know, whether players are in form or out of form, and whether you believe that they can perform on the day. And you know, they might be lower ranked, but surely the coaches have made the decision that they feel that this pair is stronger than the other one just for today.
There's our umpire, Wong Shui Yin of Hong Kong. And it's Klaus Schlieben from Austria, who is our service judge.
Hey, it's ready.
So Denmark with their noses in front, and it was touch and go at times in that previous women's singles match. And well, this is the game where I think the Danish coaches will be hoping they can get that all-important third point. A very experienced pair, Kruse and Rupka. They came together as a pair in senior ranks, though, since 2011.
Yeah, and has stopped on a few occasions from there, but got back
Ladies
together
and
again.
gentlemen,
So you know, it's been a bit
on my right,
ups and
Malaysia
downs.
represented by Lee Man Yun, Lim Yun Lo. And on my left, Denmark represented by Marie Roquette and Nina Kakin Cruz. Denmark to serve, Nina Kakin Cruz to Lim Yin Ho, love all, play.
Well, Malaysia have never got beyond the quarter-final stages of the Uber Cup. Of course, Denmark, European champions.
Service over.
18th appearance in this competition. Finalists on 3 occasions, but it's all about getting out of the group stages right now, overcoming the opposition, and it's a pretty even affair, isn't it?
It is. Denmark,
1-0.
from the beginning, favourite in the 2 doubles. I think Malaysia was favourite to win the 3 singles. But obviously, Denmark just proved me wrong and won the 2nd singles. But they look all fired up, the 2 Danish girls, and I'm sure they're determined to make it 3-1 for Denmark after this match.
Service over.
Not much to read from the opening 4 points.
No.
2-0.
But obviously, haven't seen the 2 Danes play a lot, Marie and Line. I sort of sense the body language, and it shows an urgency that you know, I can see they're fired up. They're prepared to go the distance.
3-2.
Just drifting wide from
Service
Marie
over.
Ruka.
3-0.
The rally's short and sharp so far. There's another
Service
example.
over.
Good dominance from Crusoe at the net.
4-3.
That's a good serve. And that's by far the favourite position for the
Service
Danish
over.
combination.
4-4.
Marie Røpke at the front of the court and Line Kruse at the back doing the attacking.
Service over. 5-4.
Line Kruse is very much the workhorse in this combination.
Service over. 5-4. Service over.
Really well played by Line,
6-5.
stepping into that one at the net. But it's looking to be a very close and exciting match. Nothing much between the 2 pairs. 6-5 for the Danes.
Yeah, well, watching this match, the Malaysian men are playing on another court. Of course,
7-5.
Malaysia really in the male side of things in the Thomas Cup have had a lot more joy, if you like, in this biennial event than the ladies, although they're not having it easy against Germany right now in the Thomas Cup. But it's obviously they have Lee Chong-wei leading the way as far as their leading shuttler in the women's game. I think the best word to use for them in terms of what you call their country, they're in a bit of a malaise, really.
Yeah, but they have a very young team in many ways, the Malaysians, and they've also been struggling a lot with injuries in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I heard you and Jill talking about Lydia Chea, who's out injured.
Yeah, she was a very, very promising player. Hopefully she will come back into full form and fulfill her potential in world badminton, because she's really a fine player. But they've had lots of injuries, but you know, I still think it's a solid team, and they will improve, and I also believe that in the years to come that Malaysia will be back on track.
But this is a nice little run being put together by
10-5.
Lina and Marie. You were quite rightly saying it being a pretty even start, but this is the first run by anyone. 5 points in a row from the Danes.
Yeah, they have to watch out, the Malays playing these drop shots from the baseline, because Marie is always sort of stepping into that net and really trying to attack it.
Marie's looking very dominant, isn't she, at the net?
At the net, yes. There we have it again.
Service over. 11-6 interval.
Yeah, they play a lot more aggressive as well, the Danes, so it's paying off.
It is paying off, because at the first interval it's Denmark who have the edge. Fairly big edge as well at that. 11 points to 6.
Two coaches are trying to do their wonders. Roosman Razak for Malaysia and Jesper Larsen from Denmark.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, good start to this women's doubles for Denmark, taking a step towards that magic number that is 3.
11-6.
In their third point.
Hey.
Very important, isn't it, for the Malaysians, and you were hinting at it in the opening exchanges there, that they avoid...
See, that's what they should do.
Yeah, they need to avoid getting Marie at the net.
Yeah,
they got her at the back of the court.
Get it opposite,
7-11.
and that will give them a much better chance. And depending on how well the Malaysian combination is attacking, you can choose to attack Marie, because she's much more adventurous in her defense, but she also makes more mistakes. Where when you play Lina, she's quite solid, but not a lot of, you know, fancy shots are happening.
Service fault called against Lee there, and for the Malaysian pair, it's a very important role that Lim, who's at the back of the court there now playing. She's by far the senior player. She's 25. Her partner's only 20. She's got the senior role to play here, so important that she uses that influence and
guiding it.
Yeah. She's not been used to that. It's a new thing for her with this partnership.
But sometimes, you know, when you get into new partnerships, you're also stepping up and finding new roles.
They've been together for around a year, these two. Lee there with the overhead. She was an Olympic youth champion last year. Well, she left it, but it was good. A little bit of misjudgment there from Lee Meng-Ye. The drift's moving it back in towards court on that side.
Yeah, that's a small drift.
over.
There's a big drift in the commentary box though, isn't there?
10,
Huge. We
13.
were freezing up here. We're sitting just underneath the air conditioning that's cooling down the whole stadium.
Morton, no one's going to feel sorry for us.
No, I know, but I'm just telling you anyway.
I know, don't you worry. So apologies if we start coughing and splurting as the week goes on.
Yeah.
That is just wide from Kruse.
11, 13.
It was that run of 5 points really that's given Denmark an opportunity here, but the Malaysians have closed the gap to 2.
Service over.
Crawling back in.
14, 11.
Oh, left it to each other.
Service over.
Yeah. And it's becoming a little bit of a crunch time. I sense that Marie Roque is getting a little bit agitated here, and you know, she's got to calm down and play solid shots again. Don't take too many chances. Just going wide.
13, 14.
And for the Malaysians' point of view, they need to capitalise on the limb serve. He feels she's the one who's got the experience.
Service over. 15, 13.
I was saying she needs to take control of him, and she has been really.
Yeah, that's very well placed. Good shot.
If you're wondering where all the drumming's coming from, that's from the German player Michael Fuchs, who's obviously brought his drum kit with him. Every time Germany win a point in this arena, he's on it.
And they win quite a few against Malaysia.
Oh, a level pegging again. 10-5 has become 15-all. Good rally.
Yes, very good rally. But I was just going to say, I sense the Malaysians are going to win it because they somehow had the initiative and
16,
were
15.
fighting harder for the initiative here.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mini crisis this for the Danish pair.
And I think it all started when Marie got a bit agitated when one of the opponents was sort of delaying it a lot when she was supposed to receive the serve. And from there, the Malaysians have won every single point, I think.
That's better.
Service over. 16, 4.
Kenneth Jonassen on the right-hand side there.
Kenneth, yes. Getting grey hairs, like the rest of us.
Listen, when they get to this kind of age, you're just lucky to have hair.
Yeah.
some tight matches. I mean, the first women's singles, it was 22-20 in that second game. Of course, the last women's singles went to 3 games. In this one, level pegging at 16 points each. Oh, well left.
Yeah, well left.
17-16.
But a very defensive return in this instance. So Lim have to make amends. Good serve by Marie.
Service over. 17-all.
Well, crucial points here now. Because as you were suggesting, Morten, you think maybe Malaysia favourite in the final women's singles match?
Yeah, I think so. Even though I will say that the 3 Danish singles are so even. So if there's...
and I would say the same about the Malaysians.
Okay, then, you know... but it's just, you know, if there was a graduate like first, second and third singles, and they were getting a little bit lesser good as we go along.
Yeah,
the Danish singles are all the same.
Yeah, it's definitely fair to say Jingyi T was...
yeah, she was better.
Yes.
She was definitely better.
Service over. 18-all.
But yet again, not a good sign to see Marie Röpke being so frustrated as I feel she is.
Oh, that's a poor one from Lim, really. I know it's easy sitting up here and it's fine margins, they're big points, but that was a bit of a giveaway.
So now she's going to get frustrated again on the return of serve. Really lucky point there for Malaysia.
Yeah, such a time as well.
Yeah.
19-all.
Well, who can bring up the first game point in this second women's doubles? It's Malaysia, Röpke nets.
20 game point. 19.
Well, it's a game in which they led by 5 points. And now it's game point Malaysia. It's out.
Game.
And it's the first game
First game won by Malaysia.
to Lim Ying-lu and
21,
Lee Meng-yen.
19.
Well, it will be a bit of an upset if Malaysia could pull this off, and it could have a really big bearing on the overall tie. Still an opportunity left for the Danish pair of Röpke and Kruse, but their work's cut out. Lee and Lim taking the first game, 21 points to 19. So, Morten, you're really suggesting it was some kind of mental error, really, that got in Denmark's way there. Is it simple as that?
I think so. You know, it was Lim was taking a lot of time receiving that serve, and it really upset Marie Röpke. And after that, she was not the same. She was really frustrated and made unforced errors in many cases, and you know, you could just sense she was very frustrated. And if you noticed, she made that smash error at the end. Lena was turning around, said, "Don't worry, it's okay. You know, we can do it. Let's just stick to it. Don't worry." And then, you know, they were 20-19 down, and obviously another mistake came on that return. Well,
it's a tough task ahead of them now. Lim Man Lee already back on court.
Yeah, that's usually the case.
Hot
The
one,
winners
20
quickly back
seconds.
on court.
Hot one, 20 seconds.
Well,
Elena,
44th ranked pair up against a pair inside that top 20 from Denmark, but
thank you.
it's the Malaysians who have the advantage here after one game. Well, a really important
Second game.
coming up here in the women's doubles.
Love all, pay.
Really great comeback from Malaysia from 10-5 down to take that opener 21-19. It's been a chance for the Danes to regroup.
Yeah,
Service
and interesting
over.
to see how the Malaysian combination is coping with the
One
drift,
love.
playing on the faster end. And obviously it's not easy to lift, and they have to watch out for that baseline.
Service over. One all.
See, that's what I meant.
Service
Yeah.
over. 2,
It
1.
does make a big difference, doesn't it?
It does.
Three, 1.
Well, we're surely favourites here for another 3-game match.
That was really nicely done there by Marie. Good follow-up. But Lee also played a quite loose shot, and she got punished for that. That one there. It's a very low position, and then, as you can see, she couldn't control it that well.
Well, they've opened up another lead early on here, the Danes. They obviously won't be getting carried away after what happened in the opener. But it was important they started like this.
Yeah, otherwise I think nerves could easily be setting in, and it will be difficult to get back into the match. A very good lead for the Danes now, 6-1.
6, 1.
Another clash of rackets between Lim and Lee there.
Always confusion in the centre of the court in doubles.
Seven, 1.
Oh, that landed in, didn't it?
8, 1.
Yes, it did.
Well, it was a big lead in the first game. It's an even bigger one in the second for Denmark.
I think the Malaysians will find it very difficult to catch up to this one.
That's in.
Service over.
Hoping a bit that the drift will
2,
take it and
9.
pass the baseline.
good
one.
as well, yeah.
3-9.
Nice efforts here at the back of the court from Lee. Well, somehow the shadow's staying alive.
It is. It's really a good rally.
As soon as I say that, one's netted.
9.
Yeah. But it was a very good long rally.
Change.
Lots of opportunities, both sides, but saved. And then, as you so often see, it's the more easy mistake that creeps in.
That's really good from Lee.
It is.
And 9-1 suddenly becomes 9-5.
Yeah. Commentators curse.
It is a long way back still. They're still, I mean, you know, the perspective that Nina and Marie have to have is they're 9-5 up still. But,
yeah, but they were up in the mid-game interval in the first as well, weren't they?
yes, they were, yeah. They had a 10-5 lead in the first game, 9-5 now.
Service over.
Well, that ends the little run for Malaysia.
10-5.
Service judge is not going to change his mind. Lim.
I've never seen them do that. Never. So, don't argue. There's nothing to argue.
Service over. 6-10.
Well, they fought hard here, Lim and Lee, from that was a really big gap, and they've given themselves an inkling of a chance. I thought if they could get it to 6 by the interval, then there is an opportunity for them, and they've done that. You can see the frustration there.
7-10.
Marie Rupke. Morton, you could have read that one, but it's a good job. You don't tell us what she said, really.
No.
Service over. 11-7.
Well, it's a really good match. Some fighting spirit from Malaysia. Denmark asserting control again that you really wouldn't want to bank on going to a third game, even though they have that advantage. The game down. Kruse and Rupke lead 11-7 in the second. Easy to say, isn't it? But just stay patient here, really, for the Danes. They've got a good lead.
Court 1, 10 seconds.
Yep,
Court
but
1,
I
10
think,
seconds.
contrary to the first doubles we saw, I think the Malaysian pair here is much more likely to make opportunity of his attack.
Marie Rupke giving herself a little bit of a talking to there.
She's a very temperamental woman.
As I say, just need some calm heads out there. They've got a good lead still in this second game, even though they have been clawed back a little.
Hey.
She's done her job.
Service over. over. 12-8.
The Danes sitting a little nervously at the moment.
Edge of the seat.
Yeah.
Shot.
13-8.
Anna Madsen, she can relax really now. She did her job, the 19-year-old.
Service over. 9-13.
Oh dear.
10-13.
Could almost see her mentally counting to 10 then.
Yes, she was. And luckily she did not throw the racket higher. I think had she done that, I think she had a warning from the umpire.
That was in. Mistake of judgment there, hoping the drift would take it out.
I think a lot of credits to the Malaysian combination here, because they do control the length of the court pretty well. Nice lift there, took the drift into account, gave it a little less and kept it in.
That time it was long.
Service over. 14-11. Service over. 12.
You get the feeling there's an opportunity here for Lim and Lee.
Yes, they're closing the gap, and I think they also the pair that plays the better badminton at the moment. So I sense the same as you.
Just from a Danish perspective, I'd just like to see the girls relax a little more out there. Seem a little agitated. Can understand why, it means a lot. Looks like he's borrowed Michael Fuchs's drum.
Possibly. That's all square if it's not out. It was out.
Oh, it was close.
Service over.
They're going to challenge it. They are. They're going to challenge it here. It's over to Hawkeye.
Challenge.
Yeah, but they will not win it.
You're confident that was out, yeah?
Baseline.
Well, we shall see. As you say, it's an important point. But Dane's hoping that the line judge called it right, and
Challenge and
He did.
successful. One challenge remaining.
It's not even close.
Service over. 15-13.
Oh, just wide.
Service over. 14-16.
Oh, the gap down to 1 again.
16. Service over.
Oh, Lim left it. It was well inside the line.
17-15.
Oh, well played. Cruz.
18.
Why was she apologising there? I don't understand. It's next to a perfectly good shot to me.
Yes, there's no reason to apologise. It's a good jump. She was a little bit lucky to get up to it, and I think that's why she's apologising, but no need to do that.
And is this the moment for Denmark to level things up?
Chances are.
19-15.
With Lim on the slide, court needed to be mopped up here.
Okay.
Game points have arrived for Denmark.
20 game point 15.
Well, at 16-15, it was looking like it might be uncomfortable again for them, but they've moved to 5 game points.
Service over. 16-20.
Small misunderstanding there.
Well, the net cord helped the Danes out, and they've taken their second game 21-16, and it means it's been levelled up in terms of 1-1 here. And obviously with Denmark leading 2-1 overall, a very important third deciding game coming up. 21-19 first game to the Malaysians. Denmark have hit back 21-16 in the second. Tough one to call, isn't it?
It is. It is. But somehow I still feel that the favourites, which I believe Denmark is, they will prevail and they will come through in this match. But as you say, anything can happen. I'm sure they are discussing what to do and what kind of tactics they would like to apply. And Jesper is a very good coach. He's a very good tactician. So I'm sure they're having a good talk there. And in the picture is Mia Blichfeldt.
16, isn't she?
16, national champion, the youngest ever. And Line Kjærsfeldt losing the first ladies singles. But luckily for her that Anna-Thea Madsen did it.
Does everyone get a team hat when they arrive?
Yeah, you wonder. You wonder.
Even with bells on, eh?
Yeah, all sorts of hats.
Shame they don't wear one
Court
when they play,
1,
really.
20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
As long as they don't bring them on court.
Who is the server? You? Final game. Level, pay. Faster.
So it's a deciding third game in this second women's doubles encounter. Denmark win it. They win the overall tie. Malaysia win it.
Over.
Well, we're into a very important fifth rubber in the women's singles.
Two left. Service over. 1, 2.
I've been sitting here waiting for a while in the service situation, because I think one of the differences between the two pairs is that the Danish pair is having a greater variety to their serves. They serve into the tee, into the middle. They serve wide, they do some flick services, and every time the Malaysian pair is serving, they always serve into the tee. Here you can see Marie was serving slightly off the tee into the centre of that court, into that service area.
Yeah.
So they have a greater variation to their serves, but lately I think they've been more stereotyped in what they're doing, so I've not been able to highlight it, but now I wanted to say it anyway.
And it's important, isn't it, to do that, because obviously if you know what's coming, you can be more prepared.
Service over. 3, 4.
Well, Malaysians really haven't led in any of these games. Of course, when they won the opening game, they came from behind. Obviously, they were 9-1 down in the second, so important for them that they establish some kind of lead here. Can't keep fighting back.
Saw the channel attack down the middle,
4-4.
and very successful, not opening up angles and courts and all that. Well placed.
Little slip there for Marie Rupke at the wrong moment.
Nothing happened, luckily.
Excuse me.
Everything is okay.
Excuse me. Yeah. No.
What did you do? The players weren't looking for the court to be mopped, but
no.
the umpire decided it should be.
She wants it.
Okay. 5-4.
It's normally the other way around, isn't it?
Yes. Very unusual.
There was a little variation of serve.
There was, and that was good to see.
Oh, fabulous.
A delightful little
Service over.
defensive shot there. Well played by Lena. say, I really feel that Lim is holding it together for the Malaysian pair. She is definitely stepping up to the challenge and playing some very good badminton. I think she's here and there and everywhere, really making an effort. Playing good solid shots as well. Great fighter. So you see, that's an example of what I mentioned before. Serve into the tee. They know that Lina has got this very good return of serve, and she's actually done it on 4 or 5 different occasions, and it's been a winner every single time. They still serve into that tee. They still do it when she's on the return, and they know it's coming, and they lost the point.
I thought knowledge was everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, another really tight affair, isn't it? It went right down to the wire, didn't it, in the match with Yang Lilian and Anna Madsen. Happening here again.
7-6.
Lim again, finding the right shot.
Yeah. She's definitely making a difference in the Malaysian pair. Playing many very good shots.
Well, a 3-point lead, as good as Malaysia have had it in this match.
I think you're right on that. Wasn't it Winston Churchill saying, "We lose all the battles except the last"? That comes quite true here.
Service over.
Missed opportunity for Lee.
7-9. Lim.
Ooh, the umpire was a little indecisive there.
Yeah. First he called it in and later on called it out.
8-9.
Have they challenged it? No, they haven't.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Lim. Service over. 10-8.
Mistake from Lee, and
Service over.
real opportunity goes missing again for
9-10.
Malaysia. You can see Lim's feeling it. You can't be critical of your partner, can you? You know,
No.
especially when obviously she's 5 years your junior. But it must be sometimes very hard to keep it in.
Yeah.
Service over.
Oh.
11-9 in the vault.
Misjudgment from Marie Rupke, mistimed hit, and it means it's Malaysia with a slight edge, isn't it, in this final game of women's doubles that could end up seeing who wins the match.
Yeah, it's interesting. Marie has had a few options and opportunities at the net to finish it, not been able to do it, and again I think she's showing frustration on it. But Lina was holding it very nicely together in that long rally where she was smashing the whole time and just covering the full court. So that was good.
Court 1, 20 seconds.
And again, I think now the Malaysians really have to add on the pressure. They got the chance, 11-9 up.
Is this going to go Malaysia's way, or can Denmark turn this around? We're one game down. Now they're trailing in the third. But Lina Kruse and Marie Rupke, the more experienced pair.
11-9. Pay. Service over.
First point after the interval goes Denmark's way.
10-11.
Important couple of points this for Denmark. And this an important turnaround since the interval. There's been a shift in momentum.
Yep, 3 good points for Denmark.
Slice of luck for Lim.
12-4.
I'll tell you, Sandra Maria Jensen will be willing her teammates on here.
She will. But I know Sandra quite well, and I know that she also likes challenges like this, so she is a good person to have in a match like that.
13-12.
Jensen against Lim. Ian Fun would be the deciding match if Malaysia can hold on to this slender lead, but 13-all now.
It's equalised.
13-all.
It's going back and forth at the moment.
Was that going out?
Service over.
It was going out.
14-all.
That was a golden opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what a difference.
Yeah.
15-13, it could have been 14-all it is.
Server call.
Oh, and that's a big call, isn't it?
Service over.
The thing is, you know, when you get to all these crucial stages, the service judges are really harsh on the flicks. You know, you have to serve low. too a big risk to serve these high services.
Yeah, I mean,
you're getting faulted.
Doesn't look that much in it there, does there? I mean,
no, but enough, and they call it a lot, and you lose points.
well, how crucial will that be? We'll see. Getting closer. It's a good rally, it's an important one as well.
Service over.
Yeah, Marie called it out. Lena left it, and it stayed in.
15-16.
And as you're saying, down in the centre of the court, they have judged that really well. You can see Lim is feeling the pace a little. They've been on court 57 minutes already. Just 1 point separating these pairs.
Service over.
That's really well covered at the net by Kruse.
17-15.
It's long.
Service over. 16-17.
And suddenly these points get bigger.
By the second.
Short, it will be punished, but was it long? It was. Goodness me, what a missed opportunity from Lena Kruse.
17 more.
Oh.
Well.
If they lose this match, this will be remembered.
What a miss.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
Now every miss, every netted shot becomes agony.
18-17.
Very good serve by Marie.
Well left.
Yeah, that took courage to leave that.
Especially with the scoreline as it is.
Over.
That was very close.
18 all. One game all.
Scores is close.
And well, if Denmark can get these 3 points, then they will win the overall match. Denmark 2 possible points away here.
Clear left. Clear left. Ready?
That's better. Very, very good defensive drive for Marie Röpke. And then
20,
finishing it off with a good smash.
18.
But that was really very good counter-attacking.
And it means Denmark have 2 match points. And they're not just match points for these two ladies, but they are match points for Denmark. It would give them a 3-1 lead.
Service over.
1 saved.
Yeah, but now I have to point out that out of the 2 Malaysians, I would have preferred Lim to serve now and not Lee.
Yep.
She has not been serving that well, Lee, so she is under a tremendous pressure here.
How will she react to it?
Yeah. And Lim have to watch out for the straight push on the body.
Lee, far side to serve.
That's what I said.
It's over in a
exactly
flash.
so.
Hey.
So exactly so.
You called it, Morton, and Denmark have won this match against Malaysia. 3-1, no way back now for the Malaysians. It was so tight in this women's doubles. 21-19 in the final
19,
game.
21, 21, 16, 21, 19.
Relief as well as joy for Nina Kriese and Marie Röpke. It was a pretty simple point, but it was a big one. So Denmark turning it around in the women's doubles, and you can see the scoreline there. It's Denmark 3, Malaysia 1. It was a match really overall that ebbed and flowed. Denmark going up in the first 2 games by good margins, 10-5 in that first. Malaysians took that first game. It was always going to be a tough ride back for Marie Röpke and Nina Kriese, but credit to them. Back they did come. Intense at times, aggravated at others. In that third and decisive game, well, both teams really had their opportunities. There was some frustrating mistakes in there. Also some very good rallies too. But of course it all means now with the women's doubles going Denmark's way, that there is no way back now for Malaysia. They enjoyed it. Well, that's the score, and it of course means Denmark now have won. Just depends on what the margin will be, 4-1 or 3-2. We'll find out in the up-and-coming women's singles. Well, 3-1 to Denmark, thanks to 2 3-game matches in women's singles and women's doubles. It could have been oh so different. And I know from a Danish perspective, Morten, you're obviously delighted. From a neutral perspective, it would have been very interesting to see what would happen in the next match if it had been 2-2.
I totally agree, totally. It's been such an even match that you know, I think that Malaysia is having a lot of credit of this match, and they have been a little bit unlucky in many ways not to have the 2-2.
Look at that, 21-19 in both the women's singles and the women's doubles in those final sets. Here come the players, 2 young girls as well.
Represented by Sandra Maria Jensen, and Malaysia represented by Lim Yen Fun. Umpire Hinetomo Masahara, Japan. Service judge Karen E. Arya.
Well, she's relaxed, Sandra Maria. Yes, I wonder what perspective she would have had coming out if that last result hadn't gone the way it did.